కృష్ణ ఇది తమిళ చేసే వాళ్ళు ఎక్కడున్నారు సార్? తమిళ ఎవరు చేస్తారు? ఒకసారి నేను కలవమని చెప్పు. నేను ఆఫీస్ స్టూడియోలో ఉంటాను. ఓకే, ఏంటది? అక్కడ క్లాస్ లో చెప్పడానికా? ఓకే ఓకే, ఒకసారి చూసి చేసేయండి. అందుకని ఇద్దరికి అలవాటు ఉంది. ఒకసారి మీరు లుక్ చేయండి సార్. ఒక లుక్ సార్. పెన్నివా, పెన్ను ప్యాడివా?
A very good morning to all of you and welcome to the session. Am I audible? I want one of you to respond. Good morning to all of you. Please answer my question. Am I audible? Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And as usual, let us start with the snippets. The very first one, prominent economist Vivek de Broglie no more. There is one important word, prominent. A prominent person in the community means what? An important person, a person with reputation, name and fame. A person with name and fame, we say a prominent person, an important word. Rebel, menace, internal squabbles, worry, parties. There are two words you have to know. One is, I'm sure you know this, rebel against the government, against the party, against the leaders, opposing. And there's another word, a well-known person also you can say, menace. Menace means a threat. Usually, if you take descriptive English, they ask questions like, write about the menace of stray dogs, or write about the menace of reckless drivers or rash driving. Menace means a threat, some sort of threat, problem. It goes with stray dogs, it goes with reckless or rash driving. And we have squabbles. Squabbles means fights, arguments, fights, all these. Jeopardize means to threaten. That meaning is different. Here it is like a problem. Imagine in a particular colony we have a lot of stray dogs. Then we say menace of stray dogs. That context is different. 99 cities recorded poor air quality. Poor air quality, you may think, a simple word, why sir has rounded off. If you take the word poor, here it has been used as an adjective. In English, we can use an adjective as a noun. Then it's important, there's one important rule. When we use an adjective as a noun, there are two things we have to remember. One, we have to use a definite article the. Second, we have to use a plural verb. Very good. For example, the rich are always arrogant, or the rich are always proud. The blind are always helpless. The blind are the definite article the and also a plural verb. The word blind person, blind is an adjective, but in this example it is a noun. That you have to recollect as a smart learner. And there's one more word here, Deepavali aftermath. Aftermath means what? The consequences of a particular incident or an event. Bruised by a populist promise. There are two words over here. Bruised. How do you pronounce this? Bruised. What is the meaning of the word bruised? Bruise means, imagine, it goes with everyday English. Imagine someone gave a blow to me. The skin doesn't come off, but you can see a dark patch on my face. That is known as a bruise. Bruise means injury, where the skin does not come off. If the skin comes off, we say scratches. But bruise means the blood gets clotted and there's a dark patch. And one meaning is that, And bruised, another meaning, someone got badly affected by something. Populist promise. Populist means what? If you take the leaders or the government, they try to reach the grassroots level people. They make policies to make people at the grassroots level happy. Those policies are known as brews. Very good. If someone is beaten severely, what is the idiom? To beat someone black and blue. That you have to recollect. Very good. Attacks on public sector bank employees in Maharashtra spark row. There are two words over here. One is spark. Spark in this context means what? Ignite, initiate, provoke, instigate. All these words you have to think of. A row we have got many a time. It has many meanings. A row goes with boats. A row also goes with a line. Row here means an argument, not that important. And it is spin out New Zealand for 235, simple words. Let us go to the main headline. GST receipts. Here the letter P is silent. How do you pronounce this? Not receipt. P is silent. Receipt. GST receipts growth picks up, means increases, still off target. I usually say off the track. Off target means what? Not anywhere near the target. Off the track, on the track, off the track means away from the goal. Simple words otherwise. Congress stands exposed over its unreal promises. Simple words again. Let us go to the next snippet. North Korea vows to stand by Russia until victory. Means to take a pledge or to say going to do something or support someone, support something. We use that word. And automobile sales take the middle lane in October. There is one word here, lane. You all know the word lane. A narrow road, we use the word lane. Sometimes what happens, we come across a road like a dead end. Then what is the word for that? A dead end road, we have to say cul-de-sac. Do you guys remember? I have given a few times. Very cul-de-sac. C-U-L-D-E-S-A-C. Very good. I appreciate Murthy, Asha Singh, Nagesh. Very good. I really appreciate. Not that easy to remember. It's a foreign expression. What is the word over here? Thaw in ties. This is also an important word. Thaw has two different meanings. One meaning, if you have kept something in the refrigerator, it becomes solid and you want to cook, then you take it out and you try to thaw it. Means what? From that state of solid state, it may come to liquid state or it may loosen up. That is one meaning. But in this context, it has a different meaning altogether. Here, thaw means more friendly, more open, more friendly. It's a positive word. Thaws in ties means more friendly. Israeli airstrikes in Gaza leave more than 60 dead. US let truce talks stumble. Truce. When you want to stop war, you say you announce truce. Means you don't want to continue the war. And stumble, usually it goes with speaking. Imagine I'm speaking, all of a sudden I get stuck. I make a mistake or I repeat the word, then we say fumble. And also engulf in a mushroom of, what is that? Okay. Here I may fumble or stumble. Stumble also means while walking we hit something and we may fall. Then also you can say. So many meanings are there. Talk stumble here means what? They come to a standstill or they get stopped. Trump promises to protect Hindus as Harris offers Deepavali wishes. Goa Speaker dismisses plea to disqualify 8 Congress MLAs. You have got the word plea many a time. Try to respond what is the meaning of the word plea. Plea means what? We have got so many times. If you write, if you respond, you will be able to remember, consolidate your knowledge. Shah unveils Gujarat's largest waste-to-energy power plant. There is one word here, unveil. Veil means cover. Unveil means to make public. It goes with products, policies, and when it comes to synonyms, unveil disclose, divulge, reveal, make public. But disclose, divulge, they go more with information and secrets. Very good, I appreciate. Reveal, request. Plea means a request. Very good. Same news being elaborated, let us go to the editorial. Today's editorial, where is it? I think you have to go down. Give me a second. I'm going to work on this. Yes, yes. This is what I wanted to touch. Only for today. From Monday, you are going to have a new pattern and new exam topics. That is going to be more interactive, more useful. How does it start? Safe worship. You cannot make out what exactly it means. Safety regulations must be enforced strictly in places of worship. It's all about safety regulations must be enforced. Answer my question, is it active voice or passive voice? Already Nagesh has responded, very good. We must ensure something, something must be ensured. This is in passive voice, enforced or ensured. Must is a helping verb or model. It has two functions. Passive voice, beyond any doubt. No, I wanted to do this because there are some important words you have to know. What is the first one about? Now I can't go back. Let me continue with this. Here it is in passive voice. And what are the two functions of must? One, it is used to express a personal obligation, either the writer or the speaker. In this context, the writer. And what is the second function? It is used to convey the idea something is compulsory. Must be enforced. Safety regulations, very important. Where must be enforced, where and how. How strictly, where? In places of worship. Usually I tell students the stimulus. What is for these the newspapers to write an article or to come up with the editorial, they need something. That something is called stimulus. Based on that they write. Here what is the stimulus? A particular incident in Kerala. Based on that, this one. What is that incident? Now anything like this, when the editorial says safety regulations must be enforced at the places of worship, you should guess it talks about a particular incident, a recent incident. It may provide information regarding what happened in the past, how the government responded, and what precautions one has to take. All these aspects are going to be touched. This editorial also the same thing. VOC session. What do you mean by that? The explosion of firecrackers, you mean to say vocab section? Who is that Vaibhav? Please elaborate. You mean to say vocab section on every Saturday based on the words we get on a particular week? Please say yes or no. I will do it definitely. That is going to help you people. The explosion of firecrackers during a temple festival ritual in Kasaragod district of Kerala, which left over 150 people injured, could have been averted. There's one important expression here. Could have been averted with greater caution and an adherence to safety regulations. From this you should understand, definitely Nagesh, that's what I also thought. He may respond. How many of you want every Saturday all the words from based on a particular week, all the words to be touched on Saturday for consolidation? How many of you want a session like that? Please respond, then I will consider. Avert means to prevent, not changed. Avert means prevent. That is the exact word you have to. Very good. I appreciate your response. I will do it next week onwards. Could have been averted. This is an important expression. First you answer my question. Could have been averted. Is it in active voice or passive voice? My first question. It is in, good, I appreciate that. But answer this question. I could have averted something. Something could have been averted by me. It is in passive voice. Could have been averted. What is active voice? I always tell students, whenever you come across a sentence in active voice, you have to think it could be, what could it be in passive voice? A sentence in direct speech, you have to think what it could be in indirect speech. So, could have been avoided, passive voice. They could have avoided, active voice. Could have been averted. Avert means avoid or prevent. How could they have been averted? It could have been averted with greater caution and an adherence to safety regulations. We have got the word, one important expression. What is it? Comply with. Means what? Adhere to. And also stick to. Stick to. And you have to know, abide by. All these are very important expressions. They have given many a time. And these go with the rules, regulations, and comply with the rules and regulations. Abide by the law. We are all law-abiding citizens. And also it means a stick to, adhere to. An important expression. Could have been averted with greater caution and an adherence to safety regulations. Obviously, when you follow safety regulations, you can avoid or avert an unfortunate incident like a fire incident. That such an accident took place in a state where similar events have occurred at regular intervals in the last 40 years tells a story of unlearned lessons. An important expression. This particular recent incident tells us a story. The story is about what? Unlearned lessons. Means what? In this state, which state are we talking about? Kerala state. Similar incidents have happened many a time at regular intervals. When similar incidents have happened many a time at regular intervals, they have to learn the lessons. They haven't learned the lessons. Based on that, it is a story of unlearned lessons. An important expression you have to remember. And similar events have occurred at regular intervals. Have occurred, which tense is it? Again you could respond. Present perfect active voice. At regular intervals, on and off. At regular intervals we say on, off, on and off. Means not continuously but at regular intervals. Coming to substantiate that statement. See, all these what I say, when you read the passage, you have to apply all these things. That is the idea behind doing the editorial analysis, besides providing the current news, background information about a particular topic. When the writers, they make a statement, we cannot make out. We wonder how. So the writer has the obligation to substantiate that particular statement. Now the statement is what? Kerala has experienced similar incidents many a time at regular intervals. That is a statement given by the writer, by the editorial. The editorial has to substantiate, justify. All these sentences talk about what exactly happened in the past. In February this year, a blast in a firecracker storage unit during a temple fete in Kochi claimed what? 2 lives and left 25 injured. One example. Another example, 8 years ago. Here there is an important expression. A lot of people say 8 years back. Back we cannot use, we have to say 8 years ago. 8 years ago, the Kerala High Court made the observation of an unhealthy culture, glamorizing every religious festival and ceremony with the use of fireworks and an elephant parade. You all know Kerala, they use elephants in festivals, at the time of festivals, and all these elephants are trained, and they show the strength of those elephants. In a sense, they go in for a parade. This has been observed by High Court. Kerala High Court made the observation of an unhealthy, that means the court approved or hasn't approved. Unhealthy, the word unhealthy is a negative word. Means event, very good. The court has not approved this particular practice. 8 years ago, the Kerala High Court made the observation of an unhealthy culture. What is this unhealthy culture? Glamorizing every religious festival and ceremony with the use of fireworks and an elephant parade. The only saving grace means something positive. This is also an important expression. Something went wrong. Please give me a second. Wait for a few minutes.
UPSC groups.
There was a problem. Just wait for a few minutes. Okay. The only saving grace in the accident on October 29th at the Anjutambalam Veerakavu temple in Neeleshwaram was that there was no loss of life. It talks about something positive. What is that something positive? In the recent incident, fortunately, there was no loss of life. Now it is okay, I suppose. No loss of life, luckily. What was the response of the government? Some arrests have been made. There is one important expression here. Answer my question, which tense is this? And is it active voice or passive voice? No loss of life, that was something like positive. It is a present perfect passive voice. Very good. Some arrests have been made, 2 inquiries ordered, and a special team is probing the accident. Here we have an important word, team. Answer my question, which part of speech is it? Team. Team is important from the exam point of view. Which part of speech is it? Team. Noun. But actual question, which type of noun is it? Shashidhar has written collective noun, aspirant also, very good. You have to answer, and Geeta Shri also. Here, team is a collective noun. Then immediately as a smart learner, you have to recollect the 2 rules that go with collective nouns. What is the first one? Collective nouns usually take a singular verb and a singular pronoun. Based on that, we have a singular verb. The team is probing. But if the sentence denotes a division, then we have to use a plural verb, a plural pronoun. For example, the committee was divided, right or wrong? No problem, Nagesh. Committee was divided, right or wrong? Wrong. Committee were divided. Because of the word divided, we have to use a plural verb and a plural pronoun. The team and a special team is probing, investigating the accident. What is the response of the State Human Rights Commission? The State Human Rights Commission has initiated. I always tell students, of all the 12 tenses we have, in English we have 12 tenses. Of all the 12 tenses we have in English, the most important tense is present perfect tense. I always tell students the difference between those who are good at English and those who are not good at English. Those who are not good at English use past tense all the time. Those who are good at English use present perfect all the time, whether it is in conversation English or in written English. Has initiated an investigation and sought an official report in 15 days. Sought. You all know this word. Seek, sought, sought. And what is the name for you guys? Looking for. Seek means what? Look for, search for. The name for you guys, job seekers. Yes. In the given instance, two of the arrested persons allegedly ignited the firecrackers. Allegedly. What is the noun form of this here? Allegedly means adverbial form. What is the noun form? Allegation, accusation, allegation. Allege means to say someone has done something wrong without proof or evidence. Allegedly ignited the firecrackers, with one of them said to have ignored the warnings of onlookers. Onlookers, those who are there, they must have cautioned him, don't do that, but he ignored. With one of them said to have ignored the warnings of onlookers. The crackers were close to a shed where explosives were stored. Here, explosives were stored. They stored the explosives over there. Explosives were stored over there. This is in passive voice, past tense passive voice. One tense is enough. That's a good question. Who is this? IIT JAM aspirants. I did not say those who use present perfect, by that you can judge. What I meant, one of the differences, those who are good, those who are not good, this is one of the differences. There may be other differences also. I haven't said this is the only difference. One of the differences. That's a good question, IIT JAM aspirants. In 2016, one more example, in the worst pyrotechnics related to fireworks, important word, you may get under one word substitutions. Tragedy in the state, 100 people died during a festival at the Puttingal Devi temple in Kollam district. See, all these are examples to substantiate. Kerala has experienced similar incidents at regular intervals. To substantiate that one particular statement, all these examples. It resulted in the High Court and the Union government issuing a number of directives, means safety precautions. Days after the centre amended the rules of the Explosives Act, the Revenue Minister of Kerala, K. Rajan, said, these posed an open challenge to the conduct of the Thrissur Forum. Conduct of, not conduct of. Conduct as a verb, conduct as an adjective. They must have felt with these restrictions not easy to organize the festival and in a way challenging to organize based on the restrictions. On October 23rd, a Kerala cabinet meeting expressed the view that the amendments would make it impossible to have the display of fireworks, a permanent fixture in religious festivals in the state. Based on those restrictions, the cabinet must have thought, if with these restrictions not possible to conduct the festival, would make it impossible to have the display of fireworks and conduct the festival with the display of fireworks. It's a permanent fixture means what? In Kerala state, whenever they organize, they conduct a religious festival, it is two things are common, inevitable. One, fireworks, the other, elephants, parade of elephants. A permanent fixture, that's what it means, in the religious festivals in the state, and that this should be conveyed to the central government. They wanted to convey that to the central government. The amendments that were notified on October 11th included having a 200-meter distance between the site of the fireworks and the place of storage, and people watching from 100-meter afar, means the gap, the distance to be maintained. 6 months ago, there were protests when the authorities permitted fireworks. Some people must have protested as part of the Trishul Forum, but only during the day. They did not allow in the night, only during the day they allowed. Even in 2016, an all-party meeting that was held following the Puttingal Devi temple accident did not favor a complete ban on fireworks. So what is the mood over there? Kerala state, the incumbent government or the opposition, they all want the fireworks to be part of the festival. They are against banning the use of fireworks completely. This was the stand of the High Court too in March 2024, while quashing an official order against the use of fireworks in a few temple festivals. Same stand was taken by the High Court as well. In such a complex situation, there is no option but to strictly enforce safety norms. The main idea is being reiterated. When they all want the fireworks to be part of the festival and they feel quash means to cancel, and they feel they are part of the festival and they are indispensable, definitely something else has to be done. What is that? They have to take care of the safety regulations. They have to focus on safety norms. Safety norms means the standards, precautions have to be taken. How does it end? Even so, there are some who still argue that cultural practices should be balanced against safety norms. What is more important? Is it cultural practice or safety? Obviously, answer has to be safety. One has to be safe. Only then you can think of cancel. Obviously, that is a word. Between the two, cultural festival and safety, which is important. Safety is important. But clearly, no activity that endangers the safety of devotees can be allowed in any place of public worship. Endanger, an important word. Someone has mentioned the word jeopardize. Endanger means what? Threaten. And also you can think of the word jeopardize. What is important? Safety of the devotee is important. Any activity that endangers the safety of the lives of the devotees should not be allowed and not at all advisable. It ends on that clear note. But clearly no activity that endangers the safety of devotees can be allowed. This is also in passive voice. We can allow, we cannot allow. Something cannot be allowed, can be allowed. That is in passive voice. In any place of public worship. Public worship, thousands of people gather and something like this, fireworks, not at all advisable. The impact is going to be negative if something goes wrong, and the impact is going to be on a large scale. Like one particular incident, 100 people died, which could have been avoided by following the safety measures. That's all about today's editorial. And yesterday there was no edition, that's why I did not take. Diwali, next day they don't publish the paper because Diwali holiday. And tomorrow also, Sundays also, the Hindu does not come up with the editorial. Let us go. I will see you guys on Monday and with a new format. Have a nice day, a nice weekend. Thank you very much.